Israeli airstrikes continue in Gaza. The worst violence in years is intensifying each day, with dozens killed. So far, Israeli and Palestinian leaders are ignoring international calls for calm.
He had been a stalwart pro-Israel ally for 30 years. He was ousted in the past election, and now there's a new member of Congress from that district of New York who's much more open to arguments that Palestinians' human rights and civil rights need to be taken very seriously. And you take that real change in Congress that we're seeing with a mood here in the United States that I think is important to understand, where we're seeing constant scenes of police brutality and white supremacist brutality here in the United States. To see similar images in Israel and the Palestinian areas has a different impression, I think, particularly on Democrats and progressives who today control the U.S. government. 2 years from now, it may be a different story. The House and Senate may change. 4 years from now, the presidency may change. But today, it's in control of the Democrats.
Gaza City and in Khan Yunis. It comes after incendiary balloons were flown from Gaza, causing fires in fields in southern Israel. Safar Al-Halout has the latest from Gaza.
Well, the Israeli army has just released a statement saying that its fighting jets have raided on Hamas military bases in Gaza City and in the south of Gaza in Khan Yunis. The Minister of Health says that no injuries or no casualties. According to the Israeli statement, these raids came in response to flying incendiary balloons towards Israel. We managed to speak to the fighting groups in Gaza to check if there will be any response on these Israeli raids. They said they have not received orders from their commanders to respond to such attacks. Also, Hamas statement, Hamas reaction just came shortly, saying that these attacks or these raids aims at breaking the solidarity between Gaza and Jerusalem, which will not happen according to Hamas statement, and they have not mentioned any retaliation or any response to the latest Israeli airstrike. In Gaza, there is still people are frustrated because of the close.
The numbers speak for themselves. The destruction and the widespread violations are being committed by that immoral army that has been occupying a people and denying them their rights for over 57 years now. The reality speaks for itself, and the world is slowly but surely coming to see this reality and seeing Israel for what it is, an occupying power that has a colonial enterprise on the occupied Palestinian territory with apartheid tactics aimed at controlling the population. So Israel.
The issue of Israel used to be much more bipartisan support here in the United States, but there is a deep rift, I think, especially promoted by Prime Minister Netanyahu and his former Ambassador Dermer here in Washington. Ambassador Dermer recently said that Israel shouldn't really even bother with American Jews. It should focus on American